Welcome to the Obelisk. Now, as you might notice, we've got a new set. There's a new camera. Production value hopefully goes up with this one. It's a bit of a learning curve, but let's crack straight into this one. Let's start by going all the way back to 1922. The world is holding its breath as archaeologists unseal the tomb of King Tutankhamun, untouched for over 3,000 years. A few weeks later, people start dying. The man who funded the dig, Lord Carnarvon, suddenly drops dead. High fever, breathing issues. No one really knows why. Some blame ancient gods, others whisper about a curse. But what if it wasn't ghosts? What if it was something even stranger? Sorry to interrupt your video. This is the part of the video where I ask you to subscribe. Subscribe. Thanks. Back to the video. A curse with no name. For years, these deaths were explained away as just bad luck, bad air, maybe bad karma. But behind the headlines, scientists began to notice a pattern. Almost every tomb that had sudden deaths around it had one thing in common: a mold, a yellow-green fungus called Aspergillus flavus. It grows in places that are dark, sealed, and full of decay. Exactly what the tomb has. And it wasn't just King Tut's tomb either. In the 1970s, scientists opened the tomb of King Casimir IV in Poland, and 10 of them died soon after. Same symptoms, same fungus. The ancient Egyptians didn't know about microbes or spores, but they knew tombs brought death, and maybe in their way they were right. The fungus amongst the dead. The Egyptians sealing the dead in stone helped protect the soul, but without realizing it, they also sealed something far smaller, and maybe far more powerful. For a long time, this mold was seen as a danger, a silent killer, something toxic. But then, something incredible happened. In 2024, scientists from the University of Pennsylvania were studying and found something buried inside. A group of tiny molecules, fungal peptides, and when tested in the lab, these molecules killed leukemia cells. Let's let that sink in. The same fungus that might have been attributed to the god of decay could now save lives. Sacred science. The team didn't stop there. They modified the molecules, adding something called a lipid tail, kind of like what's found in royal jelly, the food that's fed to queen bees. Suddenly, the compound became even more powerful. It could enter leukemia cells using a special doorway in our own DNA, the SLC46A3 gene, and destroy them from the inside, whilst leaving healthy cells alone. It's not just medicine, it's precision. Precision from the grave. Here's how it works. The compound called Aspergillus, I'll put it on screen here, blocks something called microtubules. These are like tiny skeletons that help cancer cells divide and grow. Cut them off and the cancer stops. Even more amazingly, it barely touches other kinds of cells and leaves healthy cells alone. This is like a weapon of precision, buried for thousands of years in the dust of the Pharaoh's tomb. The Fungal Gospel. And Aspergillus flavus isn't alone. Scientists are now finding similar genes in other ancient molds. Stuff growing quietly in tombs, crypts, and even forgotten monastery walls. Inside these ancient life forms are molecules that might fight infection, cancer, and maybe more. The lead researcher in this field says, "We're only just starting to understand what nature has hidden in these dark places, and the next big cure might not come from a lab, but from a coffin." Imagine that. A fungus once feared as a deadly curse is now our newest weapon in the fight against cancer. Maybe science didn't kill the gods after all. Maybe it's just starting to wake them up. So, as you may have noticed, there is a new set. Every detail, every story, and everything you see here takes a lot of hats behind the scenes. Research, writer, editor, set builder, all to bring you the ancient secrets in the way that they deserve to be shared. Now, the set is looking a little bare, and if you've got any ideas of things that might look cool upon these shelves, then leave it down in the comments. But if you want to stay ahead of the weird, the sacred, and the forgotten, hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey, because the journey's only just beginning. Thanks for watching.